One of the things that have come through youth ministry more than once over the 20 plus years that I've been doing youth ministry, one of the fads, if you will, is this idea of the trust fall. And if you don't know what a trust fall is, it's where two people stand not facing each other. They're both facing the same direction. So one person is in front of the other person. And the person who is in front of the other person puts their hands on their chest and falls backwards. Now, if it's staged and you're ready, you put your arms out and the person says, "Do you trust me?" And when they say yes, they fall backwards and you catch them. You keep them from hitting the ground, even though they're falling completely backwards with all of their body weight, not stopping themselves at all. They trust the person behind them to catch them. Now, what happens in youth ministry is that becomes a game. And you do an unexpected trust fall. So basically you're walking by someone and you just go, trust fall, and you fall, and you hope that person catches you even though they're not ready for it. That, to me, is the ultimate test of trust. And also when it comes to self-denial, denying myself, picking up my cross daily, following God. When it comes to being a disciple on this discipleship journey and practicing these disciplines that we've been practicing, it boils down to that one word. Do you trust Him? Do you trust God enough that it's not about me? It's about Him and His wants and His commands and His decrees and His promptings and His calling and His wisdom. Do you trust Him? Are you ready to do a trust fall with God? To deny yourself? Because when we don't deny ourselves, it's all about, I want control. I know what is best for me. But the discipline of self-denial boils down to the fact that, do you trust God? In the book of Galatians chapter 2, verse 20, it says this, "My old self has been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. So I live in this earthly body by trusting in the Son of God, who loved me and gave Himself for me." So as you've been practicing this week on this last day of the practice of self-denial, do you trust God more by denying yourself, picking up your cross and following Him daily? Do you trust Him more by denying yourself and putting others above yourself? Even though, yes, sometimes we're going to get hurt. Sometimes people are going to let us down. Sometimes we're going to be lost. And we're going to need God in such a way that we don't really understand it fully. But the answer to the question really is, do you trust God? Should be yes. And you do it by denying yourself, picking up your cross daily, and following God with reckless abandon, so that it's not me, but Him who lives in me that I'm trusting. That, my friends, is the ultimate in self-denial. My hope and prayer as you continue this discipleship journey is that you will learn to know God more intimately, that you will learn to obey the Scriptures and obey the promptings of the Holy Spirit, and that you will become the person of God that He's called you to be, and that you will become more and more like Christ every day. Because that's what it means to be a disciple who is on a journey of discipleship. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Continue to be third as you put God and people first in your life. And we out.